Number 13. And obviously you can tell that I'm recording this in the school building because you just heard the bell. Right now your kids are going to their third period class. So they're in connections. I guess they're studying for finals in there too. I have no idea. Solve the following equation. 5x minus 15 equals 5x minus 4. So the very first thing you're going to do to solve this is distributive property. Let me write it out down here. I need more room. Distributive property means I multiply this number times everything inside the parentheses. So that's going to leave me with 5x. 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. And we have 5x minus 15. Okay. I notice that sometimes when I'm talking in the mic, I act like I'm talking to students and sometimes to parents. So I don't know why I do that. I know that we've got some awesome parents, so we're going to have some parents working with some students. So, and sometimes, well, we have awesome students too, so some students will just watch this on their own. Anyway, back to the problem. Here we go. This is what I'm left with after distributive property. This is what I teach my students. Pick a variable side and a number side. Only variables are allowed on this side, so I need to get rid of anyone that's not a variable. In this case, I see this negative 15. He's not a variable, so I'm going to get rid of him. I do the inverse. The opposite of subtracting 15 is adding 15. So I'm left with 5x equals 5x. A negative 20 and a positive 15 is a negative 5. So now I only have variables left on this left side, and I have numbers on this right side over here. So, well, no, this guy's not a number. 5x, he's a variable, but he's on my number side, so he needs to go away. So the opposite of 5x's is subtracting 5x's. So I'm going to subtract 5x's on this side. And what I'm left with is nothing, 0, equals negative 5. Because if I had 5x's and I subtract 5x's, I have 0 left. So this seems like an issue, but it's not really. Okay? You notice that my variables have been eliminated. There are no variables here. And I'm left with a statement. 0 equals negative 5. So then you ask yourself, well, does 0 equal negative 5? If someone has $0 and someone else has negative $5, does that mean they have the same amount of money? No. Okay, so this is a false statement. So the correct answer is going to be no solution. Alright? What that means is I kind of think of this like a broken equation. Because an equation is supposed to be equal, right? Well, this one seems broken. There's no solution. That means that there is nothing that I can put in for x that will make this equation balance out. Okay, I can try tons of stuff. It will never balance out. So that's what no solution means. So then you're like, well, what does this guy over here mean? All real numbers. Well, let's pretend you were working out your problem, and at the very end, you ended up with 0 equals 0. Okay, now that's not what happened here, but let's pretend that it did. 0 equals 0. I have no variables left, and I have a statement at the end. Well, does 0 equal 0? It does. So in this case, my answer would have been all real numbers. And what all real numbers means is that I can put anything in for x, and it will balance out. Okay, I could put pi in there. I can put 24, 11, anything. I can put anything in for x, and it will still balance out. So that's what all real numbers means. So remember, though, that this particular problem is not all real numbers because it did not balance out. It did not have a true statement. It said 0 equals negative 5, which means no solution.